welcome back to my channel. It's been about a million years since I've sat in front of the camera and I feel really weird again. I feel like we're back to step one where I don't know what to say in front of the camera. It's all a bit weird, it's all a bit awkward, but it is what it is. I don't really know where I've been or what I've been doing, but I'm back. I'm going to try and upload a video once a week. You know, it might not happen, it might. I'm very busy girl, to be honest with you. But like I said, I'm going to try my best. So for today's video, we're going to do a like autumn kind of winter makeup look. What I've got on my face right now. If you want to see how I did this makeup look, then just keep watching. Say hello to the camera. No, not to me. Go on then, bugger off. Bye. She doesn't really understand the concept of mummy's busy. I need to sort my face out. Every time I sit down to do one of these videos, my skin is probably at its worst every single time. So I'm going to start off with, I'm just going to take some moisturiser because obviously in these colder months, my skin's really dry. If I can get it out. Okay. I definitely put too much on. I got it in my eye. Fuck. Okay, now that I nearly like blinded myself with moisturiser, I feel like I really took my life for granted. I can't see. 10 out of 10 would not recommend getting moisturiser in your eye. So I'm going to take my Too Faced Born... That is disgusting. So I'm going to take my Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Light Beige just to cover my face. I'm going to put a generous amount on because obviously my skin is really rough at the moment. I am the example of maskne. Like, I have got the worst skin from wearing face masks all the time. Like, I was at a point where like my skin was actually alright. Like, I've never had the best skin in the world. Like, I've always had like a couple of breakouts, but it's never been like to the point where it's really bad. But at the minute, it's a bit depressing. Like, I'm kind of grateful for having to wear the mask, to be honest, because my skin's just so bad. But we move. I'm gonna go over it like this. Can you? Not even. So how was everyone's lockdown? What did everybody get up to? Like, my first week of like actual lockdown, like you must only leave your house to go to like the shops for like a big food shop, like necessities type thing. Like the first like, I'd say the first 2-3 weeks were like living your best life. Like, I went to B&Q, which was a necessity because I got very bored. Went to B&Q and I went to like the range and stuff, and I bought a load of stuff to like decorate the flat, and it was great. And I ordered some like disco lights for the flat, and you know, lived my best life. And kind of did like what everyone kind of was doing, and kind of like was like home drinking in their bedroom until like 2 AM and on FaceTime, and we did like group calls with like our group chats and stuff like that, and quizzes, and it was all like really fun. And I think in the weirdest way possible, I think lockdown kind of brought a lot of people together, like friendship groups and stuff. Although you weren't physically allowed to go out and see people, I do think like it brought a lot of people closer together because you really realised how much people mean to you. And that hour or 2 hours out of your evening doing a quiz with your friends, or you know, having a catch up over the phone, you know, Zoom calls and stuff like that, it meant so much, and it kind of kept you sane. And then like week 4, 5 were kind of like the roughest couple of weeks, because it was like, this is the first few weeks were like, oh, this is all so new, it's kind of fun. And then week 3 and 4, it kind of all kind of sunk in a little bit that we actually weren't allowed to go out, and it was still so new that it weren't normal life, and I was just breaking down like every day. Like, it was really rough. But we've kind of come out the other side of it really, and I just feel like we're going backwards again now, which is kind of shit really, because you know, the pubs reopened and you know, everyone was happy. And I mean, this is gonna sound so weird, but like, I remember the first morning that the shops opened back up, and I was up really early in the morning, and I was so excited to have some form of like normality back. And I walked into the town centre where I live, and to see all these people back outside. It was almost weird because it was like, what have we actually stayed inside for? Because there's now so many people out in the streets. Like, I don't know, it was just really weird, but it was so nice to kind of see that. And I mean, I work in nightclubs, so I'm used to being around so many people, and like to walk through the streets at the start of lockdown was really actually quite scary. Like, that's not even me like being dramatic. Like, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but it was just really hard. I do miss like lockdown days. Like, there, like, I was scrolling through TikTok the other day, and there are like certain TikToks where it like just brought me back to lockdown, like bored in the house, in the middle of the house, bored. It was so weird, like, to think that we have missed out on so much of this year and we're not gonna get that back. Like, I've seen a lot of memes going around recently, like, what happened to Easter this year? I don't even remember eating an Easter egg, like, and I love Easter eggs. Like, I'm a proper like chocolate fan, and we just missed out on so much of this year. And I just remember like the start of the year where everyone was like posting their like New Year's, like 2020 is going to be my year and all this fun stuff, and 2020 hasn't even existed. You know, I'm really, really hopeful for everything to get back to like normal next year, because it's just so weird. Like, you know, I never thought in a million years that like, there was a hair. I never thought in a million years that like we'd all be walking through the streets with like face masks on and that to be the new normal. I never thought in a million years that nightclubs and bars and stuff, you would literally have to be sat down. And can you hear that outside? I'm so sorry if you can hear. Everyone decides to be really loud whenever I try and do some of these. I never thought in a million years at restaurants you'd have to put your face mask on to go and sit at a table. Like, it's so weird. Like, it's just so strange. Like, I mean, even though it's kind of been our life now for quite some time, it's still the weirdest thing to kind of go through. Like, that's crazy. Like, I'm still like, wow. But yeah, what did everyone do? What did everyone get up to? Did you do quizzes with your friends? How did you do it? Like, we did like one quiz where one of our friends actually went through our Facebook to like 10 years ago and made a quiz that was like, who wrote this status? Who was this status about, like, in the group? Like, and it was so funny. Like, so I do miss those kind of things, like, because it was even friends that like I wasn't in contact with at the time. Like, not massively not in contact, but like my friends, quite a lot of my friends are at uni. So like, it was just nice to just be in contact with them, really. So shout out to those friends that kept me sane during lockdown, because honestly, it was the hardest thing ever. What is everyone's thoughts on like the way Boris is like handling things? There's like massive like mixed reviews. I mean, I know that like everyone in like hospitality is like fuming with him. Like, I mean, like I said, I work in nightclubs, so I mean, I don't really understand the 10 p.m. curfew. Like, I think it's ridiculous. Like, I don't think that being in a venue past a certain time is going to stop anything. And I think it's more just like crushing our industry, to be honest. And it's just really sad. But I'm really hopeful. Like, I just remember at the start of lockdown, I'm sorry, I'm not even doing my makeup. I just remember being at the start of lockdown, and when everything kind of got closed down. I remember it was a Friday that we all got closed down. I was getting ready for work and Boris made the announcement at 8 o'clock. And it was just so depressing. But I just remember saying that the end of summer, this is all going to have blown over and we're going to be back to normal, you know. And now we're in what, October, and things just seem to be going backwards, which is really sad, really. Anything that I don't mention in the video because I'm talking absolute shit, I will link down below in the description box. But yeah, so I just use the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Concealer to highlight my face, and then the Makeup Academy Pro Base Concealer in the shade 28, wait, what? Why am I lying? In the shade 182 to contour. Okay, so I need to set my face. So I'm going to be taking the MAC Studio Fix powder in the shade NW20. I'm just gonna take that on a big fluffy brush. Just gonna pat that. All around my face. I'm definitely not looking at what I'm doing. So lots of people I say lots of people, a few people have asked me why I started a YouTube channel. Now, it's something that I've always wanted to do. Like, I've always watched, who was the first YouTuber that I ever started watching that kind of got me into this? Lauren Curtis. I used to love Lauren Curtis's videos. Like, I actually bummed them. And then I was more into Rachel Leary. I'd probably say my favourite YouTuber at the moment, no tea, no shade to anyone else, but I'd probably say my favourite YouTuber to watch is probably, who would I say my top? We'll do top 4. So I'd say Anastasia Kingsnorth, Saffron Barker, Rachel Leary, and Jordan Lipscomb. They are the most, they're just so beautiful. I love them. Love me. It's they're kind of the reason that I've enjoyed watching YouTube and why I kind of wanted to do my own kind of thing. And I've wanted to do it for so long, and we obviously got put in lockdown, and obviously it was very boring, and it was what do I do? So I did the painting the house and the getting drunk and the moving my room around 17 times, and going out on dog walks. My poor dog was literally walked about 9 times a day just so I could get out of the house and have something to do. And so I got a ring light, which is what you're on right now, and I was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm absolutely gonna do this. And then I lived with 2 of my best friends at the start of lockdown. So it was kind of I'm not actually that confident. So I was waiting for a time that obviously they were both out to kind of start. I worked out my setup and what I was going to do, and I mean, you can see from my first video that I actually had no idea what I was doing, because my background is literally awful. I literally had my TV in the background with my name on it. Stop it. You could see my bed and everything in it. It was just so bad. But I learned from my mistakes quite quickly on that. But anyway, so it got to a point, and my 2 friends were out for the afternoon. They were going to, I think, one of their mum's 50th birthday. I could be lying. You don't really care. And I set it all up, and I was like, right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna absolutely smash this. Set everything up. I got my backdrop down. I was so excited. And then I put the camera on, and I was like, and that first video, I probably edited out about 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half worth of just me in complete, I can't do this. I can't do this. Why am I doing this? This is awkward. I don't know what to do. I'm quite a chatty person, and I actually talk the ear off myself. But for some reason, when that camera went on, I had no idea what to say. Not even a little bit. I had a clear vision in my head of what I wanted to say, but they just wouldn't come out. So yeah, I got that film, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I had no idea how to edit a video either. So I started off editing it on my phone, and it was just not working out for me. So I moved on to iMovie, is it iMovie? That is what it's called, the one that's on your phone and on your MacBook. Who knows? And it was, do you know what? I always thought if I ever started doing this, that my favourite part would be the filming and the doing my makeup and the chatting away. And honestly, for the first I've only got 3 videos up, but the first 3 videos, that was probably the worst part. I absolutely loved sitting down and actually editing the videos and kind of making them my own, and adding in little effects and stuff like that. And I absolutely loved it. But it was just so scary sitting down and filming. I'm a bit of a loser, so I'll go back to really big, Jordan Lipscomb, for instance. Her channel has grown so much so quickly, and you go back to their first videos and you think, oh my god, they've actually come a really, really long way in terms of editing and what they do, their content, and it's I really hope I get to that point, because right now I've got no idea what I'm doing. Like, I don't know, like, it was probably the most scariest thing. But the first one wasn't as bad because although I was absolutely terrified once that camera went on, which is really weird because, like I said, I talk to myself in the mirror all the time. So, but it was almost like I wasn't in the room alone when I put that camera on. So anyway, the first one was like bad, it was like awkward, but you know, I had the place to myself, so it wasn't too bad. But then the next time I did it, there was people here, and I was like, the actual like talking to myself doing my makeup wasn't that bad, but it was the hey guys, welcome back to my channel bit that was like, I can't do it. I cannot say that, like, I just can't do it. And like I said, like, I've wanted to do one for so long, but you know, I remember when I think, was I in school or I was in college. I just split up with my boyfriend and I was like proper in the mood to do like a glow up, you know. So I ordered a pizza and I was a bit down, a bit, you know, I needed a bit of company, but you know, everyone was kind of busy. So I decided to do it was either Facebook Live or Instagram Live. I'm pretty sure it's Facebook Live, of just me chatting away, doing my makeup. Now I had a great time, you know, obviously because people's comments come in as you kind of do it. And I had a great time doing it. And then when I got a new boyfriend, they knew some of the girls in school. And they were all quite nasty about me and the fact that I sat down and filmed myself doing my makeup. It's like, why? Why is that any concern to you? Why is me doing a Facebook Live bothering you so much? And I think that was probably one of the things that put me off the most from doing something like this. Like, the thought of being spoken about so badly, you know, I mean, I don't know. I think that's what set me back from doing this for such a long time, because people are actually quite nasty, like people are not nice. But then when I put my first video up, like the support I got from like my friends and, you know, my family would share it, and it made me want to do another video. Like, you're so nice. I've just walked out and back into this room and the candle that I'm burning behind, the red one, it smells absolutely stunning. Okay, so that's my base done. It's pretty simple. It's kind of what I just do all the time. You've seen it 3 other times in every single video. Pretty much similar products because they're the ones that I trust and I get on with. So that's the Born This Way foundation, Revolution concealer. And then I've been using the highlighter and bronzer both by, they're pretty gross, both by Revolution. And then both my setting powders and bronzers both by MAC. ASMR. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and fill in my eyebrows. I really love this, what is it called? Feather brow? But I just don't have the eyebrows for it. So, scalp brow it is. So I'm gonna go off camera, do my eyebrows, and then we'll be back to do eyes. Okay, so just done my eyebrows off camera. I'm not very good at doing eyebrows, I'm just gonna be honest with you. That's why I haven't bothered filming the way I do my eyebrows at all, because absolutely no one needs to see that. I'm hoping one day that I kind of master doing my eyebrows, but for now it's just there. Okay, so time for eyes, which is the fun part. So I'm not really too sure what I'm doing. I'm just gonna kind of make it up. I normally just chuck on a bunch of dark colours and kind of leave. But obviously I want this to be a little bit more of a tutorial. I'm not a makeup artist, so don't come at me. So I've got a couple of palettes that I'm going to kind of work from. So I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, the Makeup Revolution palette in Forever Flawless, which you've seen in one of my other videos, and then the Morphe K35K palette. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the Naked Heat palette, which is really loved, as you can tell, and I'm going to go in with the shade Low Blow, just as like a transition. I'm also going to take that under my eye as well. This is where like, the ugly faces come in with me with my mouth hanging wide open. Has anyone got like any suggestions of what like makeup and stuff that I should do? I really want to do like a really cool like Halloween look, with like liquid latex or something like that. I'm coming up to Halloween, but I don't know. What do you think? what kind of like, also what kind of videos would you want to see? Like I want to like do like a couple of like hauls and stuff like that. I keep buying a lot of like home stuff, so I'd really love to like show you the shit I buy for my house that's really unnecessary. Like I've got a bit of an obsession with going to like B&M. Like I'll go into B&M for like one thing, like batteries or something. Because I have a B&M just down the road from me, so it's like that's kind of like the shop to go to if you need anything, because it kind of has everything in it. So I like go to like B&M for like batteries, and I'll come out with like a toilet roll holder and 6 pillows and LED strip lights. And I'll probably forget the batteries as well. Like I just come out of there with so much shit. It's unbelievable. Okay, now I'm gonna jump over to the Revolution palette, and I'm gonna take the colour Flame and just kind of pop that, just to give it a little bit more colour over the top of that brown. And again, I'm going to take a smaller brush and put a little bit of that under my lash line, just so that everything blends together. I feel really rude because I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the mirror, but you gotta see what I'm doing. We can't help it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the Morphe palette, and I'm going to take this shade here, which is like a warm dark brown, and I'm going to put that all over my lid. And again, run some of that under the lash line. And then taking a small brush, I'm going to take the black and just put that in my outer corner, just to kind of deepen it up a little bit. So I've just packed that into my outer corner, and now I'm going to take that same flat brush that we just packed on the dark brown with, and I'm going to blend the two colours together. And then with a blending brush, going back into Flame and just making sure that everything. The key to kind of like a smoky eye is to just keep blending. Like if you think it's blended, blend again and then again, and just keep blending. Like it's never blended enough. And then just touch up that dark brown. And then taking a tiny detailing brush, I'm going to take the same black that we put on our outer corner. I'm just going to run that in my lower lash line. What's everyone having for dinner tonight? I think I might have burgers. Or steak. No, I'm going to have spag bowl. Oh, I asked this question to absolutely everyone. If you could eat one dinner every day for the rest of your life, like what would it be? Like, like that's from like any restaurant, homemade, anything. Like what would it be? Comment down below what yours would be, and also comment down below what you think mine would be. And then just taking a little smudgy brush, I'm just gonna smudge that out just a tiny bit. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to just put like a thin line of eyeliner just on my top lash line, just so that my lashes kind of blend in a little bit better. Okay, so I'm just going to take the, what is it? This is just a collection eyeliner. I'm pretty sure it's like £2. And I'm just going to run that along my eye. I'm going to take the Max Factor Masterpiece Max Mascara, any mascara, because I'm going to be putting lashes on anyway. If you have a particular mascara that you want to use that, if you're not wearing lashes. I don't really use mascara to make my lashes longer or anything like that. I tend to just do it just to darken them up before I put lashes on. So it doesn't really bother me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera, I'm going to put my lashes on, and I'm going to do the other eye, and then I'm going to come back and we'll do lips. The lashes I'm using, they're actually from Primark. They're £2. They are the 3D Angel lashes. I don't think they've got a number or anything like that, but they should do, because do they? But they just look like this. Right, so that is the eyes finished. So all we've got left to do is lips, and I bought a new lip liner today, and it is the NYX Suede lip liner in Brunch Mint. I don't know if that's actually going to match the lipstick that I'm planning on using, but we'll go with it for now. Yeah, it's really nice, more pink than what I thought it was. This always happens to me. Like, I can never find a decent nude lipstick, lip gloss, lip liner. Although it's not too bad. I'd say this is quite like an orangey pinky nude, but it's not the worst thing I've ever used in the world. The formula on these lip liners are really nice. Like, I'm a big fan of the MAC lip liners, but these are honestly just as good. And they're like £4. And then I'm just taking the MAC lipstick in Taupe. Yeah, it doesn't match this lip liner at all, but it is what it is. And blend that out with my finger. So to go over top of that, I'm just going to take this Max Factor Honey Liquor in the shade Honey Nude. And lastly, all we've got left to do is just to set our face. So I'm going to be using the Revolution Pro Hydro Matte Fixing Spray. And that is the finished look, minus the shockingly paired lip liner to lipstick. I don't think we did too bad, but this is just kind of like what I'll do in the colder months with my makeup. You know, summer is all about like bright colours and glitter, and you know, I keep everything quite matte in the winter. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you hopefully in my next video, and I promise I will not leave it like 5 months. Bye!